This is Rich with the MKKA, and today we're looking at Warrior Tribe and trialing our new fear system. Now, fear system is the process of inducing a fear-like state through body alarm reaction on the student so we can see how they perform under stress. Now, we can't actually put somebody in terror in the dojo. It's not an easy thing to do. So what we do is simulate the effects of body alarm reaction or fear. So we're looking at hyperventilation, shortness of breath, tunnel vision, hearing deprivation, general fatigue, and dizziness, disorientation. Now, in order to demonstrate this, we'll be starting off with a control technique, which will be very basic, very simple pad form, and then we'll be trying to induce those states of fear upon ourselves, myself included, and then we'll try and perform the technique again. And the difference should be pronounced, but the important thing is that you fight through and you actually do perform the technique successfully. Okay, so here we go.
The control set is a very simple jab, cross, uppercut, switch, no shadow kick. Under optimal conditions, it is a basic combination, but it exhibits particular characteristics that we'll be testing in this drill, primarily quadrant coordination and cross-body mechanical processes, such as twisting and ducking. Each section of the test is punctuated by sets of running, dashing, and sprinting, much of which has been cut from this video for the sake of brevity. The idea here is to begin to simulate the cardiovascular aspect of body alarm reaction. In real terms, the body in fear will try to requisition as much oxygen as possible to the arms and legs, and therefore simulating the fight or flight response. The next step is to use that oxygen in the extremities through respiration. To do this, we enact dynamic muscular action by chasing the pads down and working the punches. Immediately, we work the body with solid hits, which both disrupts the ability to effectively onboard oxygen, thus promoting greater oxygen debt, and also makes it more difficult to engage the core later in the drill. Similarly to before, we work the lower body to encourage aerobic respiration. At this point, what little oxygen can be taken is diverted away from areas like the head and brain, so it's not unusual to begin to experience the onset of tunnel vision and hearing deprivation. With the body growing more fatigued, we perform sets of exercises to push it further. Push-ups with variable heights force the already tired arms to perform more explosive and dynamic movements versus the weight of the body. Sit-ups with crushing punches are forcing the abdomen, which has already been repeatedly pummeled, into contracting and twisting. This makes performing the pad set even more difficult. The final part of the bar simulation is to spin on the spot. This is to simulate the disorientation of a real fear state affecting the balance and mental faculties. With this, we return to perform the original pad set under our simulated fear state.
So, that was the drill. My head is still swimming. It's really hard to focus on the pad.
Tiredness, not being able to lift your legs off the floor.
Can't coordinate. Preset ideas go out the window. It's just hit.
The technique is simple, but we got a lot of things happening. Things coming out of your head, switching your lower body.
Just not being able to focus your head in one spot and your eyes in one place at a time.
You go from 0 to 60 like that. It's nearly impossible to think. In fact, impossible to think.
My breathing, that was gone. And just general focus. You can't seem to do the moves that you want to do. So when you're off balance completely.
Breathing's a problem. Taking hits to the body, you have to be conditioned.
And even the most simple technique just becomes so much more difficult when you're in body alarm reaction.
It's great, it's like a real fight. Best conditioning ever.
Okay, so that was a demonstration. And bear in mind, that was a very light demonstration of the fear system. We have more complex techniques to induce fear more rapidly, create the adrenaline dump, and create further disorientation. So what we found here across the board with the three of us, the test subjects, if you will, doing this is that once you're put into even a mild state of body alarm reaction, of fear simulation, it becomes more difficult to do even the most basic coordination set. Like anybody looking at this basic jab, cross, uppercut, kick set that we did will tell you that this is sort of like the bread and butter for most martial arts. So when you're in this state, it becomes so many more times difficult to perform at your optimal trained level. So what I would say is try this out in your dojo. Come down and try it with us, and it will give you a real perspective on how your body will perform in the real fight situation. And visit us, mkkamartialarts.wix.com/mkka, MKK Martial Arts on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google Plus even. And yeah, thank you very much for watching.